Today, there are 582 million entrepreneurs in the world, and despite the impact of COVID-19, investments hit a new annual record in 2020, with $300 billion going to startups globally. With these big numbers in mind, we would tend to think that there should be a big distribution of these investments, supporting many different types of entrepreneurs' profiles, right? VC-backed startups are still significantly male and white, which leaves little room to diversity. Let's take a closer look into gender. VCs invest 35 times as much in startups run by men as they do in those run by females, which is kind of surprising considering half of the population are women. What's going on? I know. This is because there are less female entrepreneurs. I mean, it's pure mathematics. There is a bit of truth in there. The share of female entrepreneurs to male entrepreneurs is still 7 to 10, which means that 30% of all entrepreneurs are women. However, they only receive 2% of the overall investment, a number that's way below what they should receive proportionally. Pure mathematics. So wait, I hope you're not implying that there is discrimination in the way venture capital decide their investments. I'm not implying anything, I'm just using data. And the data shows that we could be facing one of the worst kind of discriminations. The discrimination that we do not realize of. Biases and the capacity for unconscious discrimination are part of us. We've all been raised with it. In fact, there are reasons to think that the small numbers regarding investment going towards female-led startups is directly connected to the embarrassing numbers showing female representation among investors and VC firms. In the US, only 5% of all investors are women. Only 9 out of the 100 top VC partners worldwide are female, and 83% of all UK venture firms have no women in their decision-making bodies at all. How is all this connected, and what can be done to be solved? The entrepreneurial journey is, by definition, a risky one. 22.5% of startups are dead in the first year, and only a third reach the 10-year mark. Overall, about 90% of all startups end up failing. This means that if you are an investor, your journey is also going to be a pretty risky one. Are we saying that there are less women entrepreneurs and less women investing in startups because they are more risk-averse? In fact, this risk aversion is present along all the entrepreneurial journey. When it comes to raising money for their business, women are extra cautious and usually demand way less money than a man would. The explanation has deep roots on the education we receive from young ages. Let's talk about the bravery deficit. The world we live in has taught women to aspire to perfection, and consequently to live cautiously and even under an imposed lack of confidence and ambition. Be careful, don't fall, don't get dirty. Men, on the other hand, are congratulated for being strong and brave since they are little, and they are rewarded for taking risks, jumping high, playing hard, asking girls on a date. The entrepreneurial and investor journey is not the work of perfection, but one of bravery, in which you learn by failing. And as long as we don't change the way we teach girls from young ages, as long as we don't tell them that it's okay to be wrong, grown-up women will, on average, always be behind on these doses of confidence that could well be used for creating wonderful businesses or investing on them. When a woman looks for investors for her business, she has a 90% chance of ending up sitting in front of a man. Is this a problem? Considering women are just receiving 2% of the overall investment going into startups, it looks like it could clearly be a problem. The question is, why? In general, and due to the extra difficulties that the woman faces when deciding to become an entrepreneur, a female entrepreneur will start a business because she deeply believes in the purpose and mission that she's achieving with it. This is why amongst many of the businesses born in female hands, there are many tackling specifically female-related problems, companies with a social impact, or children-oriented services and products. And these are exactly the services and products that traditionally lie out of the comfort zone of a male investor. In comparison to a woman, it could be more difficult for them to value their viability and potential and therefore deciding to invest on them. The bravery deficit might also be playing its role here. While male entrepreneurs tend to emphasize certain aspects of their businesses, such as long-term financial projections, future big rounds, potential to become a unicorn, or different paths for an exit, when it is a woman, the one pitching to investors, she normally focuses on more tangible aspects, emphasizing qualities such as team commitment, impact achieved, current use of resources, and business stability. In brief, while a man will try to convince you on why you are going to become rich by backing him, a woman will try to convince you on why you won't lose your money by backing her. What's the result? In comparison to men, women entrepreneurs might be taken as less ambitious and with less potential, especially if 90% of the people judging them value, prefer, and connect more with qualities which are traditionally masculine, such as the ones already mentioned. On the other hand, women are more likely to invest in women because they understand the way they sell. They understand the value of what they are selling, and they understand the difficulties that they've gone through. And let's not forget that this extra cautiousness, these extra difficulties, and this extra commitment might be the reason why businesses led by women are now proving to be the most reliable investments. One, two, three. This is how difficult it is to find the name of a woman leading a VC or in the business angel section. How are we expecting the number of women investors to increase if young women don't have the necessary role models to say, I want to be like her? How are we expecting more money to go into female entrepreneurs' hands if the investors more likely to invest on them are women and we don't have them, nor are we under the conditions to inspire new ones to choose this path? Here lies the risk of a vicious cycle of inequality, and it's this situation that has led to the creation of several initiatives at an international level which aim to increase female investors' visibility and support, create new role models, and break the cycle. Many financial entities are now working towards increasing women representation among their decision-making employees, aiming to promote more inclusive investment channels. And there is one in particular that is showing very hopeful results. Imagine if you gave anybody the chance to become an investor. The one that invests 1 million, the one that can invest 10 euros, the one that has been investing for 30 years, the one that is just starting, the one who likes highly risky businesses, the one that does not like risk that much, the young, the old, the man, the woman, literally anybody from any background and any place in the world. And imagine you could give them the chance to meet an endless range of entrepreneurs and businesses. The one who has just begun, the one that has been operating for years, the one that needs loads of money, the one that doesn't need that much, the one doing something you like, the one doing something you understand, the one that could make you rich, the one that are making a better world, from anywhere and from any background. The chances of finding connections between these two groups are way higher when access to this stage is democratized. And this is exactly what equity crowdfunding does. It does not matter if you don't feel comfortable investing the 20k ticket that business angel network demands you to invest. On platforms like Crowdcube, you can start from as little as you want. 10 euros, 100, 1,000, 100,000. Get comfortable, feel free and safe to make mistakes without judgment, and grow your investment as much as you want when you find out in which type of businesses you want to invest. We've managed to create a community in which 27% of investors are women, a number that, despite being still low, greatly surpasses those found on traditional investment channels. This outstanding database of women investors is one of the reasons why equity crowdfunding has proven to be one of the best channels for female entrepreneurs to raise funds. We don't just offer entrepreneurs a fresh and unique selection of investors they can pitch to, but we also offer them a platform in which businesses are not just a number, but a story with a purpose. The more female investors, the more female entrepreneurs. The more female entrepreneurs, the more female investors, and so on, the round keeps spinning and the community keeps growing. And this is very important because by growing this community, we will also be empowering the new role models that will inspire the next to come, indirectly inviting them to a world that has been traditionally masculine. And we're not just talking about women investing in women. We're talking about showcasing the power of women entrepreneurs as success cases and help male investors understand the value of those businesses that might lie out of the comfort zone, but that could be the best of investments. Because there is huge value in sustainable panties for menstruation. Because an app for fertility can help many couples struggling to conceive. Because not everybody has curly hair, but you should have appropriate products if you do. Because a woman can be the one coming up with the best app for investing advice. Because there is a need to revolutionize the fashion industry and to disrupt the food delivery service. Because nobody better than us knows how we like to look on our underwear. Because a hobby can be the next big business. And because everybody loves beer. Entrepreneurs are the ones innovating and creating businesses that will be solutions to many of our problems and that will make our lives better. By supporting only entrepreneurs with a very particular profile, we would just be supporting solutions to the problems they've perceived. We would just be solving the problems of a few. We need to understand that the world with a more diverse range of entrepreneurs and investors will be a better world for all.
Cut.
Are we done? Good job, guys! Alexa, can you play some music?
This is a man's world.
Something better?